GM's CEO, Mary Barra, just dropped some major hints and confirmations about the awesome 2026 lineup. Well, there is some super sad news and maybe some choices that might make you scratch your head about where GM is going this year. Yes, GM is bringing a ton of electric cars or EVs and hybrids. We'll get into those, but for all you folks who love the rumble of a powerful engine, take a breath. GM hasn't forgotten you. There are still plenty of awesome V8s sticking around in their trucks and performance cars, and you'll want to stick around for this. There are some super exciting whispers about an SUV that sounds like it belongs in the James Bond movie. Yes, I'm talking about the maybe, possibly, hopefully happening 2026 Corvette SUV. But first, before we dream about that mystery machine, let's lock down what we know is coming. These are the cars and trucks GM has confirmed are on the way for 2026. Let's kick things off with a truck that's getting a new kind of power. Alright, first up on the confirmed list is the 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Hybrid. We all know the Silverado is a workhorse, a super popular truck. And now, it's getting a hybrid engine option to spice things up. Now what's the big deal here? Well, GM is highlighting two cool pieces of tech. First, Super Cruise. This is GM's system that lets you drive hands-free on many highways. They're also adding a 360-degree camera system. This gives you a bird's-eye view around the truck, which is amazing for parking this big machine or navigating tight spots off-road. Now, GM is throwing around phrases like the most powerful in its class for this hybrid. What does that actually mean for horsepower, torque, or towing? They haven't given us the exact numbers yet, keeping us guessing. Chevy usually delivers on truck power, so hopes are high this hybrid will be seriously strong. It's also important to know this hybrid won't be the only Silverado. It'll be a specific trim or version you can choose. So, if you still want a good old-fashioned gas-powered Silverado, those aren't going anywhere. You'll have options. So, a Silverado that can partly drive itself on the highway and gives you eyes all around, plus hybrid power? It sounds like a solid upgrade, but what if you want your GMC truck to ditch gasoline altogether? GM has you covered there too, with something powerful and electric. Okay, switching gears to GMC. Get ready for the 2026 GMC Sierra EV. This isn't a hybrid. It's a fully electric pickup and it looks ready for anything. GMC is planning a few different flavors of this electric truck. There will be an elevation model, likely starting around a neat $64,000. If you want something tougher for off-roading, the AT4 trim is coming, probably starting closer to $81,000, and for the ultimate in luxury and power, the Denali version is expected. This one could take you back $72,000 or maybe even more, and get this, it might have up to 760 horsepower in its fastest mode. That's more power than many sports cars packed into a luxury pickup. But the cool stuff doesn't end with power. Remember that crazy crab walk feature from the Hummer EV where the truck can move diagonally? The Sierra EV gets it too. It also gets four-wheel steer, which means the back wheels can turn slightly, helping this big truck feel much more agile and easier to turn in tight spaces. And here's a really smart feature. The Multi-Pro midgate. The back wall of the cabin, right behind the rear seats, can actually fall down into the bed. This opens up a huge space, letting you haul really long things like lumber or ladders that wouldn't normally fit. It's super practical. An electric GMC truck that can walk sideways and has a folding wall to carry extra long gear? That's pretty awesome. GM is definitely pushing hard into electric trucks, but what about big, luxurious family haulers? If you want top-tier electric luxury with tons of space, Cadillac has something coming. Don't go anywhere. The Escalade IQL is rolling in next. Cadillac is going electric in a big way with the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQL. You might have already heard about the Cadillac Escalade IQ. That's their big, flashy electric SUV. Well, the L in IQL stands for long. Yep, this is an even longer version of the electric Escalade. That means more legroom, more shoulder room, and definitely more space for luggage in the back. Think of it as the ultimate road trip machine for a big family, offering near limo levels of space but in a high-tech electric SUV. Just like the regular Escalade IQ, the IQL is EV only. There's no gas option here. Cadillac is all in on making this the quietest, smoothest, most luxurious electric ride possible, and the tech inside is amazing. They're putting in a mind-blowing Dolby Atmos sound system. This isn't just a regular car stereo sound, it's surround sound that makes it feel like you're right in the middle of the music or movie. It's going to sound incredible. Now, if you don't quite fancy that much space, no worries. The standard size Escalade IQ will still be available. The IQL is an extra choice for those who need the absolute maximum room. So, we've seen huge electric trucks and SUVs, but GM is also bringing back a smaller EV that was super popular and affordable. Did you miss the Chevy Bolt EV? Well, it's making a comeback. This next one caused a huge stir online. After GM stopped making the Chevy Bolt EV and its slightly larger sibling, the Bolt EUV, many people were really disappointed. They were great, affordable electric cars. Well, guess what? GM listened. CEO Mary Barra herself confirmed it. The Chevrolet Bolt EV is officially coming back for 2026. It's great news if you're looking for a more budget-friendly way to go electric. The old Bolt was known for its good range and practical size. However, we don't have all the details on the new Bolt yet. Will it have more range, a fresh design, faster charging? GM is keeping this info closer to the chest. But there's one big question mark hanging over the new Bolt and really over all of GM's new vehicles. Will it have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? GM made a controversial decision recently to move away from these popular systems in their EVs, wanting drivers to use GM's built-in Google-based system instead. A lot of drivers were not happy about that. Will GM stick to that plan for the new Bolt, or will they bring CarPlay back? We'll have to wait and see, but it's something many buyers will be watching closely. The Bolt EV is back. That's exciting news for affordable electric cars, but what about smaller SUVs that aren't electric? GM hasn't forgotten about gas engines entirely. Let's check out the new GMC Terrain. Is it getting a hybrid option like everyone wants? Let's find out. Alright, let's talk about a popular smaller SUV, the 2026 GMC Terrain. Now, unlike the other vehicles we just discussed, this new Terrain is confirmed to be coming with a good old gasoline engine. GMC is giving it a fresh look and some nice upgrades inside. It's expected to have a turbocharged engine, which usually means decent power and better gas mileage than a non-turbo engine of the same size. Inside, look for a big 15-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system. That's huge for a vehicle in this class. And GMC is packing over 15 standard safety features, which is always great news for families. But here's the interesting part, and maybe some of that upsetting news that I talked about earlier. Despite pretty much everyone asking for more hybrids and competitors like Toyota having tons of them, GM has not announced a hybrid version of the 2026 Terrain. For a popular family SUV like this, releasing a new version without a hybrid option seems like a missed opportunity, especially when gas prices are high. This leads us to a bigger question about GM's plans. So, the Terrain isn't getting a hybrid, at least not yet. This brings up a big topic: GM's whole strategy with hybrids. For a while, it seemed like GM wanted to skip hybrids almost completely and jump straight from gas cars to fully electric cars. They focused all their energy on EVs like the Hummer EV, Cadillac Lyriq, and the upcoming electric trucks. But now, it seems like they might be changing their tune. Many experts and even GM insiders have hinted that maybe skipping hybrids was a mistake. Why? Because while EVs are cool, not everyone is ready or able to go fully electric yet. Hybrids offer a great middle ground with better gas mileage than regular gas cars, but without the need to plug in like a full EV unless it's a plug-in hybrid or PHEV. Look at Toyota. They sell tons of hybrids like the RAV4 hybrid and Highlander hybrid. Ford is having success with hybrids too, like the Maverick pickup. GM, meanwhile, has almost no mainstream hybrids right now. The only current GM hybrid is the super expensive high-performance Corvette E-Ray. That's not exactly a car for everyday families. There are hints things might change. We know the Silverado is getting a hybrid option. There are whispers about a plug-in hybrid version of the Chevy Equinox SUV coming for 2027. This one might use technology already seen in China, combining a small 1.5-liter turbo engine with an electric motor for around 188 horsepower. So, is GM too late to the hybrid party? Can they catch up to companies like Toyota, who have been doing hybrids for decades? It's a big question mark. They seem to be realizing they need hybrids in their lineup, but it might take a few years to get them rolled out across more models. Okay, we've covered the confirmed cars and GM's tricky hybrid situation, but what about those exciting rumors swirling around? Let's dive into the whispers and prototypes, starting with the one everyone's talking about. Is a Corvette SUV really happening? Let's talk rumors next. Remember that spy thriller SUV that I mentioned at the start? For years, people have wondered, could GM take the legendary Corvette sports car name and performance and put it into a more practical SUV package? Porsche did it with the Cayenne, Lamborghini did it with the Urus, and they sell like crazy. The rumors are stronger than ever that GM is seriously considering this. Imagine an SUV with the sharp looks, powerful engine, maybe even a V8 or a high-performance hybrid system like the E-Ray, and incredible handling inspired by the Corvette C8. It would likely be expensive competing against other high-performance luxury SUVs. But is it confirmed though? Absolutely not. GM hasn't officially said yes, we're building a Corvette SUV. But there's a lot of smoke here, and where there's smoke, sometimes there's fire. It would be a huge move for the Corvette brand and honestly, pretty exciting. We'll keep our ears open for any official news. Now, there's another performance name from GMC's past that pops up in rumors now and then. GMC Cyclone. Back in the early 90s, GMC shocked everyone with a Cyclone pickup and Typhoon SUV. These were ordinary-looking trucks packed with turbocharged V6 engines and all-wheel drive that could beat Ferraris in a drag race. They were crazy fast sleepers. Could GMC bring back that spirit with a new Cyclone? Maybe a high-performance version of the smaller Canyon pickup or even a performance-tuned electric truck. Again, this is purely rumor and speculation right now. There's much less buzz around this than the Corvette SUV, but wouldn't it be cool to see GMC unleash another unexpected performance monster? So, lots of confirmed electric power, a slow re-entry into hybrids, and some wild rumors. But what about the engine many GM fans love most? What about the V8? Are they disappearing completely? With all this talk of EVs and hybrids, you might think the V8 engine is going extinct at General Motors, but that is absolutely not the case. At least not yet. GM knows that a huge number of its customers, especially truck and performance car buyers, still want that V8 power and sound, so where will you find them? Across GM's main brands, Chevrolet, GMC, and Cadillac, V8s will continue to power some of their most important vehicles. Buick doesn't really play in the V8 space these days though. For Chevrolet, the iconic Corvette, the regular C8 Stingray, and the high-performance Z06 still relies on powerful V8s. Big trucks like the Silverado HD or heavy-duty, and large SUVs like the Tahoe and Suburban will continue to offer V8 engine options for towing and hauling power. And there's also GMC. Similarly, the powerful Sierra HD pickups and the big, luxurious Yukon and Yukon XL SUVs will keep V8 engines available for those who need maximum capability. Even luxury brand Cadillac keeps the V8 dream alive in its high-performance models. The Escalade and Escalade ESV offer a mighty V8, and the super-fast CT5V Blackwing sedan packs a supercharged V8 punch. So, while GM is definitely pushing towards an electric future, they understand that for certain jobs and certain driving thrills, the V8 engine is still king. They aren't abandoning it completely in 2026 or likely for some years beyond that in these key vehicles. Wow, okay, that was a lot to cover. GM's 2026 lineup is a real mix. We've got confirmed electric powerhouses like the Sierra EV and Escalade IQL, the welcome return of the Chevy Bolt EV, and new gas models like the GMC Terrain. We see GM slowly wading back into hybrids with the Silverado, even if they seem a little bit behind. And then, there are those exciting maybe not rumors like the Corvette SUV, plus reassurance for V8 fans. Your favorite engine isn't gone yet. It's a time of huge change in the auto industry and GM is making some big bets. What do you think of their plans? Are you excited about the EVs? Disappointed about the lack of hybrids? Or dreaming of a Corvette SUV? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you thought what GM is doing is cool, wait till you see what Ford has going on with their future trucks and cars. Click the video on your screen now to check out the latest from the Blue Oval. Thanks so much for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video.